It feels good to be back in my brother's room, using his computer, using my good mic, and being on Sony Vegas. Not that there's anything wrong with Camtasia. Personally, I just like Sony Vegas. But yeah, one thing before I get into talking about the team preview, do you guys have a problem with how late I upload? I mean, I used to upload like all the time in the mornings, and I kind of changed it up to late at night, which I have come to realize that uploading late at night gives me the same feedback I would get in 2 days and like 1 day, which gives me more of a boost in confidence to upload more, which is why I kind of been uploading daily the past couple of days. So yeah, hopefully you guys don't have a problem with it. Maybe I can upload in separate times and all that. But yeah, anyways, there wasn't really anything too threatening on my opponent's side of the field outside of the Gallade and the Drapion, just because if I lose my Scolipede, Toxic Spikes will be up on the field, and then if I allow Gallade to set up, if he's a sub-bulk upset, I could potentially be swept. But yeah, I decided to lead off with my Scolipede as he leads off with the Mandibuzz. I'm pretty damn positive I'm going to be faster than Mandibuzz, so I'm going to get up a layer spikes, and because I'm a bulky Scolipede as opposed to being the normal max attack, max speed, I'm going to be able to take the Brave Bird. Then I'm going to pull a switch out into my Sand Slash as he makes a good play, predicts that, and goes for the knockoff. Now, because I know some Mandibuzzes tend to carry Taunt, I don't want to stand and get taunted as I try to go for the rocks, so I decided to pull a switch out into my Rotom as he pulls his own switch out into the Dusknoir. Now, knowing that he is going to be entitled to switch out on the off chance that I do go for the trick, I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch, and I wanted so badly to go for the Hidden Power Fire, but it's too early on in the battle. I can't start predicting or over-predicting or anything of that. So I'm going to switch into my own Dusknoir, scout out to see what this Rotom wants to do, if he's bulky or if he does turn out to be a choice set as he goes for the trick. I'm just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. Thankfully for me, I'm going to be able to burn this Rotom, be able to get some good residual damage onto it for later on in the battle, and also borrowing the fact that Uxie does not carry the Heal Bell. This thing will definitely be worn down, especially if I can get up my Stealth Rocks. As I bring in my Rotom, I know he's more than likely just going to go for the Leaf Storm or the Volt Switch, just because most Rotoms don't tend to carry Hidden Power Fire, so I really wasn't expecting that. As he does go for the Leaf Storm, actually does a good amount of damage to me considering that I resist it. So, thinking that he would stay in, predicting me to Volt Switch, then Volt Switch on whatever I brought in, I decided to go for the Hidden Power Fire. But he makes a crazy play, goes into Mandibuzz. Above that, he's going to predict me to bring back in Sand Slash and bring back in Rotom. So yeah, this is really not looking good for me. Now wanting to take a Leaf Storm or a Volt Switch, I decided to switch into my Dusknoir. As he goes for the Leaf Storm, he unfortunately misses, which I'm not too sure how much in the long run that really ends up mattering, because I'm just going to stay in, go for the Seismic Toss. On hindsight, maybe I should have just gone for the Will-O-Wisp, but then there was a possibility he could have just stayed in and gone for the Leaf Storm, just wanted to fodder off Rotom. As now he can get a free switch into Dusknoir, which at the time of the battle I actually forgot that Dusknoir can run a Sub Punch set. So that's why I found it a bit odd that he switched it into my Dusknoir. Then again, I was locked in the Seismic Toss. So I decided to just switch on Scolipede, scout out to see what the Dusknoir wants to do. Maybe I can get up another layer of spikes. But he goes for the Substitute. And yeah, I have nothing on my team that can really one-shot this Dusknoir. So my best bet to do right now is try to get some prior damage off on the Substitute, so I can get a free switch into my Sand Slash, break the sub, then hope and pray that Toxic does not miss, which thankfully it doesn't. I'm actually able to get up my rocks as well. As my Sand Slash dies off, I switch into my Lantern to go for the Volt Switch, then I'm going to switch into Dusknoir, because at this point, the Toxic damage is really racking up on Dusknoir. Dusknoir does not carry any recovery moves, and hazards are up, so I know he's just going to leave it in and just try to get a switch into whatever else he wants on his team after it's gone. So yeah, Dusknoir, something that I thought was not going to be a problem whatsoever, turned out to be one of the biggest problems on his team. So he brought in Uxie, thinking he would just go for the Stealth Rocks. I decided to bring in Bouffalant. Maybe I could get up behind a Substitute, but he actually makes a good play and goes for the Thunder Wave. I guess maybe predicting me to bring in my Scolipede, which wasn't a bad play whatsoever. But this turn, I now know he is going to go for the rocks, so I can get a free switch into my Scolipede and get one heavy hit off on anything on his field, because I am in Swarm range. Even though I do not carry any Attacky Bees, this is still going to be doing a good amount of damage to something on his team. And look at that! That's a Uxie! That's one of the most bulkiest Pokemon in RU. And that did like 60%. Holy crap! So he's going to U-turn out into Drapion, which actually ends up being on a balloon, which has me thinking he's actually not the Toxic Spike set, but more of an offensive spread. As I go for the Mega Horn just to break the balloon, of course I miss, and I should have just got up a layer of spikes, but obviously I cannot predict the future, and if I would have known I was going to miss, then yeah, whatever, it's not a big deal. because now I can get a free switch into my Rotom. I'm going to be able to go for the Volt Switch, and judging for how much damage that did, I 100% now know he is more of a offensive spread, as I Volt Switch into my Boufflant, which at this point is the one thing that can take any one hit from this Drapion, hopefully not get paralyzed, and in return just finish it off with an Earthquake or a Head Smash, or Head Charge, sorry. Now, knowing that the Earthquake is kind of obvious, I decided to just go straight for the Head Charge. Now, even though I'm not Life Orbed or Choice Banded or whatever, something he switches in is still going to get hit extremely hard and possibly O-Code. As he brings in the Uxie, I end up getting a crit, but I'm pretty positive that did not matter. Just because after rocks, I am adamant and all that shenanigans. So yeah, I don't know, you guys can calculate or something, it's whatever. As he brings in the Mandibuzz, because he is running fairly low on HP, the Roost is very, very obvious. So what I'm going to do is go for the Swords Dance. I'm a +2. 350 max attack with, I believe, a 120 base power stab move. Something is about to get raped on his team. As he goes to the Brave Bird, I don't get paralyzed, and that's a dead Mandibuzz. Like, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Unfortunately, because he does have the Rocky Helmet, I'm brought down to a point where I'm not really going to need Boufflant anymore, but I will be able to get Switch Initiative on whatever he decides to switch in, just because I can switch into the appropriate check counter to it, which either way was probably just going to be my Rotom, because I still have the Scarf on my Rotom, and if you remember correctly from earlier on in the battle, he tricked his Scarf off to my Dusknoir. But yeah, he finishes me off with the Cross Poison. At this point, hazards are up, Drapion is basically dead, so I know he's just going to leave it in, and I'm going to go for the Volt Switch just because he does still have his own Rotom. I don't want to go for the Hidden Power Fire because he does still have the Gallade, so Volt Switch either way was my better play to go for. As I Volt Switch into my Lantern, I know that I'm going to bait in the Rotom more than likely, but because I know I'm going to bait it in, the Leaf Storm is so obvious, I'm actually going to stay in, predict him to go for the Volt Switch, and go for the Ice Beam, and holy crap, I'm not going to lie, I was extremely happy when I made that play. And at this point, his last is the Gallade, which he told me was a Bandit set, and with the combination of Rotom, Dusknoir, and Lantern, he thought he couldn't do anything to me, so he's just going to end up running. So yeah, that was the very, I wouldn't say narrow, but the 3-0 victory in my favor. Definitely a fun game, minus the little stally part with the Dusknoir. But hopefully you guys did enjoy it. Hopefully you guys don't mind me uploading so late. I am going to try different times to upload. But yeah, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your night. Like, comment, and subscribe as you please, guys. I might be uploading again tomorrow night. So I do believe I'm out of here. Later.